Hey, what's up, guys? Sermo11 here with my top 10 anime of the summer 2014 season. And I'm sorry if this list is not the best. I know I make a lot of excuses and stuff, but I just kind of came up with this list quickly. I wasn't really making the list over time, and for the last maybe 5 or 4 weeks of the summer season, I've been behind on anime, and I actually still am behind on two of the anime, but I think at this point it's best to make the video, and I think at this point I'm probably a good enough judge about some of these series. So I think that's all I had to say before I start on the video. so there was an anime that I was watching called Maji Moji Re Remo, and I actually dropped this anime. It was a comedy anime, and it was by the guy who did I don't know the name, and I'm probably gonna butcher the name, so I'm not gonna say it. Whatever, butcher. That's a term that like a lot of, I think some anime fans use that, so I started using that. But ooh, I got a message. Yeah, so this is by the guy who did the cycling anime, which apparently everyone loves, and I haven't watched it yet, which has a season 2, and I really need to get on that and watch it, but I have a lot of stuff to watch, so we'll see if I even get caught up to that. But, yeah, he made the series, he or she, and it just wasn't funny. I thought it was kind of terrible. Like, this guy gets tickets, and he can make a wish, and then, like, the tickets might do something. I don't know. I don't know if they had to do with his life force or something, but there was some he had to pay some cost for like using the tickets, and it just wasn't funny. I thought it was stupid, so I dropped it within the first 3 episodes. I don't even know if you want to count that as number 10, but I guess we got about 9 animes, and some of these aren't that amazing, and I'm not gonna watch every single anime like Chibi does, so whatever. So numbers 8 and 9, I don't know if it's a toss up or a throw up or something. They can be interchanged, and some of these can be interchanged depending on like how you feel about them or how the story is and everything. So I would say number 9 would be Free Eternal Summer, and yeah, you can switch this up with a few of these. I don't really think I should rank Free that high. Free is all right. It actually tells a pretty good story this season, and it's more about the swimming than ever, but it still kind of makes me uncomfortable to watch because I guess this show is targeted for females, and I like the show, but I also don't like it in certain aspects because it's just so weird. Like, it's because it's targeted for females, because in real life guys wouldn't get in situations like this. Like, you wouldn't push someone against a machine and get super close to their face. That's weird. um so story, oh, it's the same message. I get my iMessages twice or something. Does that happen to you guys? So yeah, story wise it's higher than some of the animes on this list, but other than that, I don't know. And this season has more to do with their future, of their lives and everything. In Japan, they have 3 years of high school, and that's some places here as well. But I know it's big in Japan from like animes and stuff. If you can correlate animes to real life, so yeah, the third years are leaving. The second years have to get used to that. Other stuff, looking for team members, but yeah, it also has to do with the future of their lives. And yeah, my voice sounds weird because I am sick. But other than that, Free is kind of strange to watch. Some of the episodes made me sleepy. Like, one of the episodes, the character was struggling with, like, we suddenly learn more about these characters, or there was someone in their backstory suddenly. I don't know if you can really do that. Like, it fits in with the story, but I don't know if you can do that because I don't know if we got any hints to that or anything. Because I think season 2 of Free is because the author, I mean, I think the anime was popular, so the author made a second novel. I think that's how it worked. Which I don't know. There could be like a season 3 or something, but I didn't see a see you next summer or next July or something in the end of the episode, so I don't know. But yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, Nagisa was struggling with he came from like a, I don't know, private school or something, some school like that. His parents really like had him into academics and stuff, and I don't know if it was sports as well, but here he's having trouble like doing his academics and sports in the same time, and I'm just like, you're stupid, because in my eyes, I think academics are important, and at my high school, they kind of stress that you're a student athlete, student first, athlete second. So obviously, you should be worrying about your work more than you should be worrying about the sport. But hey, the sport's the focus of this anime, and if the sport's the focus of the anime, we don't care about grades, right, guys? I'm looking at you, baby steps. So yeah, free. So as I said before, 8 and 9 can be switched up. Re Hamatora. Hamatora was one of my favorite animes. One of my favorite animes from last year. I thought it was good. They tried to mix comedy, and I thought the story was pretty good in Hamatora. And it was kind of weird because they tried to mix comedy and serious moments, and the serious episodes were actually really good. And you know, I was excited. Hamatora's back and everything, but it just isn't as good. And I don't know what happened because this was announced like right after Hamatora ended, and it felt like things were added to the plot that weren't there in the first place, and it just wasn't that good. Like, I enjoyed a few episodes here and there, but I didn't really understand exactly what was going on. The story was kind of confusing and everything. Like, you had different factions. You're learning more about the backstory and stuff, and like some of the characters in Hamatora like aren't really covered that much, so it's like, why are they here? And then like, oh, we find out more about them, but there should have been more hints to this. You can't just like, oh, this person has a backstory, oh, there's someone from last season who's also involved with that. You can't do that. Just like writing a story wise, you can't do that. It wasn't as good. Like and then some of them have like weird powers and stuff, and yeah. And also some of the episodes made me sleepy, but I don't know. I'm not going to hold that against Free or Hamatora because I don't know if I was tired that day. I probably was tired that day and I was trying to watch anime or something. And yeah, as I said before, college is kind of hurting me with keeping up with anime and stuff. Because after I get caught up on anime, next week, hopefully I'll be caught up on anime. And when I get home, I'll watch as much TV as possible to get caught up on that. Because if I don't have a lot of anime to watch, it's easy to get caught up on. So number 7 is Tokyo ESP, and I would say Tokyo ESP was one of the animes that I thought was going to be cool with like superheroes and stuff, but it almost seems like Japan just can't do superheroes right, and that sounds odd because most of their characters, I guess you could consider them superheroes. Like, I don't like putting it that way, but they're pretty much superheroes in a certain way, and it's like when they try to do like superheroes like the American type of superheroes, it doesn't work. I think the only anime that's really done it right is Tiger and Bunny, and Tokyo ESP, apparently it's like X-Men. I haven't seen that much of X-Men. I've watched the cartoon, but I haven't watched it like straight through and everything. I would say Tokyo ESP starts off bad, but it gets better. I actually finished it up last night, or early today, like really early, and I like it. The villain had a pretty good backstory, which kind of justifies his actions. I mean, if you have a villain that's like justified, I really like villains like that. Like, you have a reason to be this way. You're not just like screwed up for some reason. You're not just screwed up like for no reason at all. Like, there was an actual reason why he's screwed up and why he wants to do this. Sorry. I'm not used to talking this much with my voice like this. The main character's power is kind of lame. Like, she can pretty much phase through things. I don't know what exactly that power is called. I forgot. But she can phase through things, and yeah, and some of the characters like have weird powers and stuff, and they kind of joke around with some of the powers, I would say, because some of them don't really seem that cool. There's one character, I don't know the character's names, I'm sorry, but there's one character that's really cool, and I feel like he should be the main character. I hope you guys know who I'm talking about, the dude with the afro. I like, or the natural perm, yeah, I like his character. I feel like he got an episode kind of dedicated to him, and I feel like, wow, this guy should be the main character. But I took a look at the manga, and the manga, one of the main characters is an elementary student. In the manga, she's really short. And here, you can't even tell she's an elementary school student. You think she's like in middle school or high school or something. But yeah, that was a little bit weird. And I don't know if there's anything else. It's Tokyo ESP, Hamatora, pretty much like X-Men. I was gonna do a review for Hamatora. This is like, was this last year or was this part of this year? I never did the review of Hamatora. I might do it. Number 6, Sailor Moon Crystal, and you're probably wondering, why Sailor Moon? I'm not sure, because I don't think Sailor Moon's worse than these other series, and I don't think it's, uh, I think it's better than most of them. Um, Pretty enjoyable. It's kind of got episodical plots, if that's a word. You know, the plots are kind of tied to one episode, but like they're tied to one episode, but they had to do with the series like on an overall sort of standing. And I mean, Sailor Moon, like these girls have powers and they turn into like schoolgirls pretty much, and they fight evil. And it's also a romance series. So, I mean, you have that. I don't really like the 3D scenes. Those 3D scenes look kind of gross. And I hope they didn't spend the budget on that because I prefer 2D animation for most things. Like pretty much a lot of things I prefer 2D animation because the 2D animation looks better. 3D animation looks nasty. Even like especially with mechs and stuff. There were also like two mech series this season that I dropped. What was it? Aldino Zero and the one that starts with an A. I don't even know. Um, One was like about a soldier, or it was about a soldier or something. I dropped that. I didn't really like it. I dropped it episode 1, and you're probably wondering why are you dropping anime so fast? Because I couldn't watch all of these. This is like 12 series to watch. I could not watch all of these, so I dropped a few. Plus the stuff from last season, and plus the stuff that's like ongoing that I'm watching. So I dropped both of those, and apparently Aldino Zero was pretty good, but my problem with Aldino Zero was like I liked the first episode. It was kind of boring up until the ending of the first episode. Then I started the second episode, and I was just like, I don't really care about this anymore. But apparently, it had plot twists and everything. People loved the heck out of it. I'm not gonna watch it, but whatever. I'm just not a big mech fan. Um, so yeah, I haven't. Sailor Moon Crystal was the one of the animes that I hadn't like finished because I have 2 episodes left of what comes out, and Sailor Moon Crystal comes out every 2 weeks, so whatever. But I heard it's adapted properly, so that's cool, and you should watch it. Number 5, Akame ga Kill. Akame ga Kill is an overhyped series that is just okay. And I don't know what it is. I didn't really get into the hype or anything. Just something about this series is just off. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either. And I don't know, well, if there's something wrong with me. I don't like it, or if there's something actually wrong with the series. I feel like all the blood and all the death, it doesn't fit right with the series because sometimes they joke around and stuff, and then sometimes it's really serious. But this series, I feel like it doesn't have the proper balance with that sort of thing, and the pacing is very fast. That's another big problem. Most animes or most shonens, at least, have slower plots, and certain things that are done in Akame ga Kill could have been expanded over maybe 3 episodes or so and could have been more enjoyable. And I've also fallen asleep on Akame ga Kill, but I'm pretty sure I was tired, so yeah. Some of the characters are cool, and then, you know, some of the characters are gonna die. And my friend told me like something really screwed up that happens in the manga, and I'm just like, whoa. But it's gonna be a 26 episode anime. There's not that 26, 24, 25 around there. There's not what I'm trying to say. There's not that much of of the manga left because I mean it's a monthly series, and I think they're on maybe 10 volumes or something. So we'll see how close the anime gets, but I doubt we're gonna get a season 2 for a while. And I can't wait to see where it goes because while the pacing is still fast, there's been a group of enemies that's been introduced, which I like because in the first few episodes it felt like, oh, the villain of the week. Someone used that term. I think Chibi used that in his video. But yeah, it kind of applies to Akame ga Kill. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if, I think it was he was applying it to another series, but Akame ga Kill, it feels like the villain of the week. And then now it's kind of switched up, and we have more villains, and we'll see where that goes. And I like it. Number 4, Space Dandy Season 2. Space Dandy Season 2 comes back completely strong, having episodes that are pretty much all enjoyable. And when I have to stress that, like, all the episodes are enjoyable. I haven't seen the last few episodes, but I do like the series, and Space Dandy is awesome. Because Season 1 of Space Dandy was alright. I enjoyed some of the episodes, but Season 2 came back with every episode being enjoyable that I've seen. And I like Space Dandy. It's a funny series. It's a great series. I hope it gets a season 3 because it's a good series. I just want it to come back. They explore around with the animation and stuff. They have different animes and stuff. It's cool. Oh wow, I never watched the episode where Dandy died. Oh, I gotta look that up now. Well, I gotta leave a note on it because yeah, I need to know to do that. Anime Freak Space Dandy. I normally watch Space Dandy on TV, but something happened with this episode, and I gotta look that up. So yeah, Dandy dies in an episode or something. Where am I at? 15 minutes. That means I can't use the upload feature in this this program, so I'll have to upload it to YouTube manually. I actually did the video on the anime that I was gonna pick up, and then I noticed that I couldn't upload it. It wouldn't upload for some reason. Oh, yeah. Okay. Since I'm already over my time limit, I was trying to do a video on the anime that I was gonna pick up, and for some reason the way I saved the file from this, I couldn't upload it. So that's why I was trying to do the time limit thing. But I'll try to save this like multiple ways, multiple different styles, and I'll see if I can upload this. I hope I can upload this because I'm spending almost half an hour talking about anime, and I doubt that many people are gonna watch it because I'm not super popular. So number 3, Sword Art Online 2. Sword Art Online returns with a murder mystery story, and somehow people are still being killed inside a video game. And apparently this is adapted very well, but that kind of leads to Sword Art Online 2 having scenes of just talking and not much happening. And this is very apparent in the last few episodes of the Gun Gale Online arc. And I think this week we got a 14.5 episode or something, which I haven't watched, but I assume it's like a recap of the first arc. I don't know. I didn't see that much press about it, so I don't know. But there will be 2 more arcs in the second part of this season. Mother's Rosario and the Caliber arc, I believe. And I know there's like an underworld arc, which I think it's ongoing right now in the novels. I'm not sure. And I also want to read the novels. So I know the first 2 novels, I believe, have been published here. People are buying the manga and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want the manga, because that's not the original adaptation. I want the light novel, so... Yeah, Sword Art Online 2, we get a new girl, Shion, and she's pretty cool, pretty strong. And I thought this game was going to be very interesting, but they don't really get into this game, I have to say. They get into a few aspects of the game, but they don't get into that much of the game. And that's kind of a big problem with Sword Art Online as a whole. Sword Art Online, probably the deepest they went into the game for the series, but they could have done more. Second arc, they could have done more. This arc, they could have done more. Like, you have them playing all these games when you can do so much with the story. Like, Sword Art Online has the potential to be a long story, a long, good story, because it's in a video game, it's interesting, people want to see this, but I don't know what's up with the author. He could just do more. Number 2, Zankyou no Terror, which means terror on residence, I believe. Resonance. So it's about 2 terrorists, and you won't even know that it's about how would I put this? You know the terrorists because I told you, but if you watch the first episode like without watching this, or if you just watch the first episode on your own, you would at the end of the episode you're like, oh, they did that, and it's like, whoa, because I didn't see that at first. And basically there's something up with their past, and that might be a spoiler, but not a big spoiler. They're doing like bombings around the city to get out a message, and they're trying to figure out like why they're doing this and everything. Pretty good series. I don't know if I'm too in love with the ending. some people think that's like the coolest thing ever to do in an anime, but I was like, I don't want this to happen. Why did this happen? That's stupid. So yeah, it's a pretty good story. Um, I don't know if I could have ranked anything higher than this except the number one. So it has a good story, but I would say when a certain character is introduced, what goes on in the story kind of changes, and that kind of changes. I feel like that kind of changes the series as a whole, changes some of the episodes and everything, and I feel like it would have been better if this character was introduced late, but of course they can't do that because of the story. But like towards the end of the series, I thought the story was kind of meh, while earlier on I really enjoyed the story. So, number one, Oshi Iteo. I can't hit that. I can't hit that. It's like Oshi Iteo, Oshi Iteo. I can't hit it because it's too low. No, it's too high. It's too high for me. My voice can't go that high. And number one, Tokyo Ghoul. And I know some people might not like this, but this is my opinion. I love this anime. And sure, they changed things around. They edited the anime, they censored the anime, but Tokyo Ghoul, I still enjoyed the anime for what it was. It led me to reading the manga, and it's a really good series. And if you want to get into Tokyo Ghoul, sure, you can go ahead and watch the anime, but you're going to have to read the manga from the start because some of the events are changed around, things are changed, as I said before, and some things are just taken out completely. Some arcs are switched around, like the gourmet arc and the Dove arc, I believe that's what it's called. So you can watch the anime for the edited and the changed events and stuff. But overall, Tokyo Ghoul is a cool series. I like it. You got the whole thing with the ghouls versus the humans, and there are some realistic values in the series. And I don't know what it is about the main character, but I really like the main character. Like, I think to myself, I'm like, yeah, this guy's like one of the best main characters in a while, but I don't know if I'm completely right on that, so that's why I didn't want to put that like out there. But I think he's one of the coolest main characters. I like the story. The story is very well written. Like some of the stuff that was like in chapter one is brought up later, or like some of the stuff, just like certain things like from earlier on in the series just come back, and you're just like, whoa. But yeah, Ken Kaneki, good main character. You got some good stuff going on with this series. You should definitely check out Tokyo Ghoul. So I believe in the last top 10 anime, I was saying that, hey, I'm gonna throw the stuff from like last season into the fray, but I didn't do that this time. But I'll talk a little bit about them. So if we're talking about anime, like the top 10 anime, including the carryovers, I'd probably rank Haikyuu and Baby Steps above or around Zankyou no Terra. They're really good sports animes. Haikyuu is okay starting off, and then like once you get into it like later on in Haikyuu, it becomes a really good sports series, and I would have to even rank it above Baby Steps. Baby Steps is a very intelligent series, which I said before, but Haikyuu, those final episodes are better than Baby Steps. And Baby Steps kind of gets boring after a while because the main character basically his style of tennis is like observing his opponent and everything, and it kind of leads to long tennis matches, and at certain points it's not as interesting. He's still kind of developing as a character and everything, but Haikyuu develops pretty much all its characters as a whole instead of just like the two main characters. I hope Haikyuu gets a season 2. Baby Steps has already been announced for a season 2, and it was kind of obvious, and it seems obvious that Haikyuu might get one as well. And I'm starting to lose my voice a lot, so I'm gonna finish this up. Mahoka, the Magic at Irregular High School, I believe is the direct translation, or no, the Irregular at Magic High School. Mahoka and Captain Earth were terrible. And I try to keep series around just in case they get good, like Durarara, which got it got good. It got good after sticking with it and everything. And I also didn't have that much anime to watch around that time, so that's why I kept Dur around. But that turned out to be good. These animes did not turn out to be that good. The second parts of the season one for each of these animes, they were better, but overall they were still kind of like trashy. They were trash. They weren't that good. So I would say avoid them. As I said before, I normally don't like mech series. I liked Captain Earth for what it was, like when it started off, because it seemed a little bit more laid back. There wasn't as much mech stuff, and then like once you really get into it, it's like, oh, there's a lot of mech stuff, and some of the stuff in the series doesn't really seem to explain. So they're kind of just throwing terms around. It's like, oh, that's that. Oh, that's that. You kind of have to assume because I'm like, what is this? Is that what they're riding in, or is that the one where they use their actual bodies to pilot? And I don't know. Mahoka had a lot of arcs for a 26 episode anime, and they were boring. And I don't know what's up with the series, but I think they said magic and science kind of mixed together, and they kind of get into this whole thing like where magic is very complicated, and I don't like that. I like it, like in shonens and stuff, like where it's rarely complicated. A few characters might have complicated powers and everything, but I was like, I'm so confused. I'm like, why are they all using different types of magic and stuff? Like, why can't the main character use what everyone else is using? That's explained towards the end of the series in the final episode or the episode before the final episode, but still it's just not that good. And then there's like a brother and sister relationship that will make you really uncomfortable in the first few episodes, but then you kind of get used to it, but it's still a little bit weird. Yeah, so as I said before, avoid those animes unless you're into watching trash. um, oh, and I got another list. Yeah, I'll talk about the second list because apparently I made a list of what I was watching each day, and then I have a list of what I was going to watch. So, Hunter x Hunter had a nice final arc, the election arc. It was short and sweet. I enjoyed most of it. It was better than Chimera Ant arc. And I would say in most parts, or in my opinion, I mean, some people are gonna get like super angry about that, but the Chimera Ant arc, I'm like messing up so many times, but the Chimera Ant arc was just not that good. Naruto's been pretty good. There's less filler, but I still like some of the scenes in the manga more. Naruto is ending soon, so let's hope for the best. I don't know if the anime is going to end before the movie comes out because there's still a few things to make some episodes about. So we'll see where that goes. And plus, I think the ending of the Naruto manga is going to have to be expanded on a lot, like they did with the Rin scene. So we'll see. And I wanted to check out this list that I just happened to come across. So, yeah, some of the stuff that I was going to watch. Persona 4, the animation, I was going to watch, but there was something like, oh, you have to watch the previous one, or you have to, like, play the games to know the story or something, so I skipped that. Rail Wars, I watched, like, the first few minutes of it. I did not like it. I dropped that. Aldino Zero, which was one that I didn't watch. I watched the first episode and not watched part of the second episode, and I didn't like it. And Psycho-Pass, which I haven't watched because hour-long episodes, but I will watch it eventually because Psycho-Pass 2's out. So I'll try to watch it whenever I have free time. That's kind of how like all these side animes are gonna go, unless it's like Log Horizon or something, which I watched a lot of. So if it's a side anime, like I haven't watched it for a season or something, I'll watch it eventually. Anyways, guys, those are my top 10 anime of the summer season. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.